Alright, these would be grenades and dust 2, starting off on T side. Smoke my doors, look at the right door in the middle. Right before you jump over the ledge, tap shift, do a jumping throw. Look in between the doors at the top, throw the flash as you hit the end of suicide here. And that flash will pop just beyond the edge of the smoke, so then you can run down, get mid control, go up cat, something like that. Smoke Xbox from spawn, come to the corner. With classic view model, line up the top right of your smoke grenade with the corner of that awning, and then jump throw. If you have the best long spawn and you want to rush, smoke the corner, flash over, strafe out just past this little wall here, make sure you're close, not too far wide, and then line up your pointer finger with that dot, and then jump throw. First flash, throw it right before you hit the door. Second flash off this door, then that'll smoke the corner. First flash obviously gets anyone coming up long. Second flash, if they're trying to peek wide on the smoke, they'll get blinded by that second flash. If you're late to long, come to the corner here, look at the top left of this little rectangle, just do a little quick run step jump throw, and then come back in the corner, look at this dot. First flash gets anyone at the corner or pit. Second flash will get anyone at the corner, pit, or playing close to the doors, but that flash isn't perfect if they're playing a pixel angle, so that's why you have double flashes. Let's say you want to smoke CT. Ideally, let's say you're doing a long and cat split, or if the CTs are on pistols, you don't want to smoke the cross because they can just jump through the smoke and kill you. You'd want to smoke CT. Line up on the shadow right here, so you're perpendicular with the wall, and then run into it. The lineup here is really important because if you're off a little bit, by using that as a reference, if you're off, it'll mess up the smoke. Then set the bottom of the crosshair touching the corner of this thing right here, just like that. Long control, come to the barrel, and then jump and get in the corner. Set the bottom of the crosshair touching the top of that door handle and jump throw. Flash over, look at the corner, step forward and jump throw at the same time. Then I'll molly off the corner here and get behind car. That flash goes deep enough to even get the person in the corner, and then obviously anyone else playing towards long, trying to peek. Now to smoke the cross, most people line up with the barrel here, and they have some sort of a lineup with a lamp, but I don't play on high graphic settings, it's hard to get a lineup. I've tried using my view model, but nothing's been consistent for me. So the most consistent way I found has been actually the most dangerous. So you just have to hope they're not peeking you from long, or you have teammates to kind of watch it for you. Just come out, strafe in line with the corner here, and then start running up, looking at the bottom middle of this trim on the door, so you're looking right there. And then you're going to release your smoke as the edge of the garage goes off your screen. So you're coming out, just lining up at the corner, looking there, and then it'll bounce like so. That's for 16:9 aspect ratio, so that's when it goes off my screen. It bounces, so it has a little gap on this side, no gap on this side. That's really important because if anyone's opping or holding the smoke, if they see you cross on the side, they can shoot you through the smoke, whereas over here, they have less time to react and, you can't wallbang this. So if you're worried about that gap, have someone throw another smoke or toss a flash over. You can't cover this all with a single smoke. Smoke Xbox from top mid. Hug this back wall until you can line up the window here at the corner, the second window. Look at the middle of this Y or upside down T. There's a little gap right here. Run forward and then release right before you hit the wall. There's a couple ways to smoke mid to B. From the corner there, you can look at one of the dots and throw, but the smoke will end up kind of out a little farther, and they can use this as like a one-way right here, or they can play on the other side of the smoke like this. It's just not a good smoke, it comes out really far. You could fix that by taking a step backward, looking at the dot, and then doing a walk throw, because then the smoke will go a little bit deeper. Mine's off a little bit because I don't use it. So the one I like to use, come to the corner, crouch, look at the 5th board panel, or you can also think of it as the first panel has 3 dots, the next panel has 2 dots, that's this one. Then I look at the middle right side of this dot here, and then while crouching I jump down. There's a chance you can get headshotted by jumping up like that, but I've never had that happen. It's just really unlikely. That's a better smoke, goes deeper, opens up these angles here. You can still get shot over the smoke here if you go up towards the door, or if someone boosts up on that box, they can shoot you towards the window. You know, good map design. From here, you can flash over, looking at that corner. Pops just beyond the door. Once you're out going mid to B, come to the corner here. Line up the top of the mid doors, this wall, with the left side of this column. Right here you notice there's a little octagon with a face in it. Where the top of the wall is, there's the horizontal spot at the bottom before it starts kind of forming the circle. Look at the middle of that horizontal line and jump there. That's a good flash for mid to B, but it's also really good for someone playing this corner, because even if they crouch, unless they're looking away, it'll flash them too. I want to smoke the other side of mid, line up on the arch in the middle. Then I set the bottom of my crosshair touching the tip. Come back in the corner here, crouch, left and right click, left side of the crosshair touching the point of this little triangle here, little kind of grayish white, like this. It'll flash over, doesn't bounce. On cat, if you want to molly off the cat bomb plant, I'll line up so you just see the sign, look at the middle of it and run through. For sight, use the tree here, middle right side of the tree where the leaves start, same thing. I'll get that bomb plant and then that'll molly off the middle of the site. Smoke off CT, line up in the corner here on this garage door, top left of the sign. Smoke off cat, come to the corner. There's an opening between the box and the wall. Look down to the bottom of this trim here, like this. That'll smoke off so you can come up cat. There's the CT smoke. Flash over, line up on the left side of this ramp, right as you hit the bottom. Then look at the left side of the balcony and line with the corner right here. If you want to go fast, you can bounce a flash off the middle of the ramp. You have to be careful though, because if you hit the right side or the left side, it's angled, so it'll mess up your flash. Nade combo for B, and line up on the middle of this column, and then look between this dot and throw a smoke. If you want to have full utility, so you smoke 2 flashes and a molly. First flash, run throw, looking at the same spot. Second flash, off the old Humvee wall. And then Molotov, as you pass the corner, look at the top, middle of that barrel. Just like that, that'll molly off the platform. Now the reason why I didn't use the smoke, because you have to be pretty quick. So if you were to do it in all one motion, you have to get this lineup before that smoke pops, otherwise it's really hard to have that Molotov be consistent. Now into CT side. Flashes from double stack here, line up in the middle. Look at this dot and jump throw. That'll pop right above you. Or you can toss flashes somehow in that corner, or run throw off the top left of that sign. So they kind of pop like this. If you're playing from sight, you can either right click a flash over the box, toss one in the corner, or throw one off the top left of the kind of frame here. If you're playing from car, you can jump throw off the wall, make sure you're kind of close to the box if they're rushing or you want to peek it. Run forward, and then as you hit the end of the car, jump throw. That'll pop just beyond the corner of the tunnel. Now for some kind of retake stuff on B. If you're trapped out and you want to deny the plant for default, come to the corner, look between the corner of this building and this one, just where there's a little opening in the sky. That's a perfect Molotov to get this bomb plant here. If you want to retake from this spot, crouch, look at the left side of this dot, a little smudge, and then stand up and toss a second flash on the corner of the wall. So you can kind of clear this left side and then turn around after that flash pops and then clear this side. It's not perfect if someone's playing double stack. This is kind of one of the best positions to be in a post plant, but it's better than just running in dry like most people do. If you have a smoke, you can line up on the middle of this window, look at this knob to smoke off tunnel, strafe out to the left and right click, look just below the corner of the building. I use the top of my crosshair at the corner, throw a Molotov. That molly will spread, get under window, and then all around the box here. Then you can either throw an obvious flash over, or a good pop flash. I either line up the left side of these bricks with the top of this line here, like this, or I'll use the kind of point of my flashbang right there. Another kind of obvious flash, you can jump throw at this one, just to make it really obvious, but with that same lineup. This is the pop flash version. It pops just beyond the window here, so some form of an obvious flash over, followed up by, if you have two flashes, this really good pop flash, so look away, look back, and then get flashed in the face kind of thing. Flash mid-doors, come to the corner here, look at the top of this dark spot on the wall, right here, to the right, in line with the edge of the column, and then in just a little bit, I use the side of my crosshair touching the edge like this, and flash. If you're in CT, come to the corner, look at the bottom of the beam where it meets this one, take a step forward, like this. So that's really good if they throw the mid to B smoke. Flash will pop on the edge of the smoke. Some other smokes you can do: deny information for a lower tunnel, bounce the smoke off of Xbox. For top mid, line up on the window, look above this little spike here. That'll smoke off top mid for T-spawn. Or at the start of a round, anywhere in CT, look at the middle right side of this box and just run and throw. And that'll perfectly smoke the cross. If you know enemies are coming up fast long and you want to flash it, as you're running up, hugging this wall, release your flash right as you hit the little support thing right here. Make sure you're looking straight up. Looks just like this. And that flash pops right beyond the corner, so you can kind of wide swing with it and catch people off guard. Not a lot of time to react. Similar flashes, line up on the right side of this sign, and then either look at the point here to the left and right click, or look at the height of this wall and then throw off the middle of the column. And they both pop just beyond the corner. Playing from ramp, you can flash over the box, line up in the middle of the box, in line with the height of the sun. You can peek over the top. From the same spot, look just at the corner here to the left. And then with that, you can peek to the left side on ramp here, because from the angle, it looks like that flash is being thrown from sight. So they go, he's sight, and then you kind of peek him from ramp, just kind of catch him off guard. Then from sight, you can throw a similar flash. I'll line up from the middle of the boxes here, top of my crosshair touching this trim. And you can actually peek with this one, it pops in front of the box. And then kind of that similar flash, except you can peek from sight. So you can kind of mix it up if you're playing different spots and they're coming up cat a lot. An alternate flash, crouch in between the boxes, then top of the crosshair touching this dot. That pops right on top of the box, and then you can peek with it on either side. From Goose, come all the way in the corner, look where this angle shadow meets the curve. Left click. Just like that. It's a little obvious, but it's a decent flash. Lawn control, line up on this tire, look to the left of the corner, throw a smoke, then flash over. This is really good if you have a teammate. Look at the middle of the door to the right side and jump throw. Then flash over and then your teammate can peek. That's a must-know flash for long. Really easy lawn control. If you want to self-pop flash long, from kind of the spot, run up, and then as you get to the corner of the shadow here, walk, and then do a walking right-click jump throw, looking just to the left of the corner here on the ground. So it looks just like this. And that pops just beyond the corner, and then you can peek with it. If you think someone's blue bin, line up so you can see the edge of the window. There's a dark brick right here. Just throw off the middle of that brick right before you hit the corner. Make sure you're not exposed to the door, so throw it kind of farther back. That'll molly off all the blue bin. A right-click flash you can do, line up on the corner right here in the middle of this trim on the door, and then I set the right side of my crosshair touching the bottom of this indent, right at that corner. Right-click, just like so. That's another good kind of pop flash around the corner. Then if you're playing from pit, you can bounce a flash off this wall. Really simple. And yeah, that's all the grenades and dust too.